What's going on, guys? So this active little girl who will not stay still long enough for me to shoot a video is my boa constrictor Penny. She is a Suriname. She's 20 months old and she just had a fresh shed, so I wanted everyone to get a nice shot of her. She is pushing about 44 and a half inches. And I weighed her today and she was roughly 1 pound 7 ounces. She's currently on small rats every 17 to 19 days on average. She has a phenomenal metabolism. She grows wonderfully. I don't have to feed her too much like some people. I have her on a very conservative feeding schedule. And she's got pretty much what I think is the ideal body. I strive for my boas to have this type of lean, tall, muscular look. So I fasted her for 8 weeks during this past winter. And during the summer coming up, I'm going to remove her. I'm going to feed her a little more frequently. Instead of every 17 to 19 days, I'm probably going to do every 14 days for the small mice. Maybe every 12 to 14, we'll see. The goal is to feed more frequently during the summer, which correlates with their wet season in the wild, and then during our winter, which correlates with the dry season where food is not as readily available. You reduce feeding or you fast altogether. So the goal eventually is going to be for all of my boas to fast from November till the end of February or early March. This past year I incorporated it. I did shorter fasting periods for the younger ones like her. She was off for 8 weeks. The older one was off for 11 or 12. But eventually it'll be, like I said, from November to March. Now, this isn't something that I just woke up one day and decided to do. It was a suggestion by a couple friends of mine that I trust very much. And then I reached out to my veterinarian and I reached out to a few herpetologists who specialize in boas, and every one of them, all of them, suggested doing this. And I had a lot of really good results. I reduced their temperatures a little bit in the enclosure, and I did not see any negative impact on their disposition. I still held them. They didn't bite. They didn't hiss. They didn't change anything at all. And they have all kicked into a growth spurt now that we've brought them back onto food. But so this girl, I've been working on her cage. I cleaned and sterilized her enclosure, the anaconda's old enclosure, which I now put the Guyana in. So the Guyana's finally in a 4x2x2. And then also the boa imperator enclosure. I moved her cage into the room with the anaconda, and this one and the Guyana are basically bunk bed mates. I have a shelving unit that is basically fits 2 4x2x2 enclosures. So she's on the top in her cage and the Guyana's at the bottom in her cage. So I finally got that set up today. I've had a very, very bad luck day. I'm gonna move her. I accidentally kicked a freaking box that was full, and I jammed my toe, and then I cut my arm on some glass, and then the ceramic heat emitter was completely cold on the outside, and I realized that it wasn't on, so I went to grab it to unplug the bulb, and it was on. And it registered at 580 degrees, so I burned the hell out of my hand. So that was my stupidity. I didn't sleep a whole lot last night. My roommate of 3.5 years is moving to Michigan, unfortunately. So we stayed up all night playing cards, watching movies, hanging out. So I decided to just stay up and get all this cleaning and stuff done. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to do a quick update with this beautiful girl here. She, in my opinion, oh God, that's fucking great. Really? Now everyone's gonna call me an animal abuser. You goofball. You fine? You're fine. I don't even remember what I was saying now. I gotta get back on track. Oh man, so this girl I think is going to be the biggest out of all my boas, not counting the anaconda, obviously. So I think she is going to eventually get that big 8x3x4 enclosure that I've done walkthroughs of. I know you guys have seen it. No, you can't go on that either. Why do you feel the need to go everywhere that you're not supposed to go? So this girl and the Guyana have an 8-foot by 3-foot by 2-foot enclosure coming probably at the end of this summer. And then whichever one of the 3 BCC gets the biggest is going to eventually go in that big, tall 4-foot enclosure that I had. And I know, like I said, I know you guys have seen it. So it's definitely going to be her. My older Suriname is about 5'9", but she's already 5 years old, so I don't think she's going to get much bigger than about 7 feet or so. And this girl is a few inches bigger than the Guyana, so the Guyana is going to be pretty big too. But if I had to make some predictions, and I'm definitely going to go back and look at this video, I would say she's going to get about 9 to 9.5 feet, and the Guyana is going to get 8 to 8.5 feet, and the Suriname is going to be 7 to 7.5 feet. So I got a bunch of PVC enclosures coming. I got those 2 for them. My Boa Imperator, Tabanga, she's getting a 6x2x2. She's not going to be a big girl. She will stay probably under 7 feet. So she's getting the 6x2x2. If she exceeds 7 feet, then I will think about getting her an 8-foot enclosure. And then Ipkiss, my Emerald Tree Boa, he is getting a 3x2x2. Eventually, I want to do a polydarium with him where he's got a 3x3x3 enclosure up top, and then below is a, an aquarium. So anyway, there's the backyard. You guys see the koi pond, my boa. It's a little bit of a mess. Got the hot tub, fire pit. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out, so I wanted to take my snakes out and get them some exercise. You know, I give them bigger cages so they get exercise there, but I also take them outside to get some sunshine and exercise. I promote big enclosures, I promote activity for the boas, and I really hope that people get inspired by the enclosures that I build. I really, really, truly love these animals, and I don't want to see them stuffed in tiny cages. I don't like people trying to justify that. All of my snakes are in big enclosures, much bigger than the standard, and none of them have stopped eating. None of them have become, pains in the asses. They're not being mean because, they have too much space. They're not stressed out. Guys, if you do your husbandry correct and you give them plenty of places to cover and hide, they're not going to be stressed out in most cases. But anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.